Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Honolulu. I hope everyone's having a good, I believe it's Thursday. Today's going to be an interesting day. O'Malley Cat's coming over to say hello early. Look at this. Right to the truck. Hello, O'Malley Cat. So close to the truck, I can't even... It's under my truck. So today's going to be an interesting day. Let's see if this works yet. It wasn't working earlier. Oh, it might be working now. Let's try it now. We're in the minimal setup today, which means we have just the camera, the encoder, and flight radar up. So none of the bells and whistles, because there's a lot of rain in the area, and I don't know if we're going to get drenched or not today. We'll find out. Hopefully not. I don't want to get drenched today. We're supposed to have a break with light rain until 10 o'clock. I think I have a neutral density filter enabled. Hold on, I'll fix that after this Aloha air cargo comes in. You can see the windsock here. I think it's broken. I really think the windsock is broken. That doesn't look normal to me. That looks like a broken windsock to me. The other one I can see is kind of mildly flopping, but I don't know if this is this is not an official windsock for the airport because it doesn't get lit up. So, good morning, Alan. Good morning, Ms. Wools. Sydney. Good to see you. CM Bailey. Keith is here. Hello, Keith. Sorry, no. There's no 360 camp today. Sorry, Keith. Keith PDX is our mod over on the HNL ops, so he handles the 360 cam and the ATC feed over there, keeping that in line for us. But I was a little worried today with the amount of rain in the area, so no 360 camera today. I thought I saw Brandon Rabbit in here earlier. Oh, there he is. Hello, Brandon. We have Heath here. Keith is here. Hope your foot's feeling okay, Keith. Jonathan McD is here. Ron's here. And we have Steve Evans _1 celebrating 10 months at the 321 level. That is huge, huge. Oh, just missed him. Her, whatever. Steve has been with us for 10 months at the 321 level. That is huge commitment. Thank you very much for all your support. Sorry I can't put your name on the screen today because we are running, like I said, in the minimal setup. I actually have I think I have a plan for fixing that, but I just wasn't able to get to it after Atlanta. Because I was a little bummed for the Atlanta shows that I could not show the names on the screen of people who gifted or celebrating anniversaries. So I think I have a plan for that, but it's I just wasn't able to get to it the last couple days. So maybe next time. But thank you very much, Steve. Pipe organs, isn't that like normal? Pardon me. For Kansas in the afternoon in the early part of April. Nice, very nice, usually mornings and then late afternoon thunderstorms. Yeah, we've got southeast winds today, which don't really do us any good. I mean, it's might as well be northeast. It doesn't matter for the. It doesn't really change anything for us other than the fact that the wind is blowing on my left cheek as opposed to my back. So yeah. It doesn't change the runway orientation. There's a lot of people who just, I mean, in the Reddits and the forums that just assume Kona winds mean they're going to change the runways around it. Doesn't necessarily mean that. Got to have a really good westerly wind. So we have a United and an American lit up there. Those will both be going out here in a minute. We had an interesting one leave here. I was trying to get it set up, and you know how those things are. You try to get set up early because you know a plane's coming out, and it comes out even earlier than you think it's going to come out. It was a plane I've never seen before, an airline I've never seen before. It was Super Airjet. Super Airjet. No idea where it's from. I didn't get a chance to look. But it looks like a it looks like a plane that you would find in a generic TV show. It really kind of looked a little generic. Or maybe like a video game trying not to step on any copyrights. But that's what it looked like. Hello, CFI on the fly. It's getting close. Are we down to under 20 days yet, CFI on the fly? See if we can see any of town over there. I don't have the beat. I got nothing hooked up today because I'm afraid of the rain. Blame it on the rain. Yeah, yeah. 33 days, okay. Well, that's okay. Because, you know, there's always more days to the... Well, I don't know, always. There's a lot... most of the time, it's more days to the... leading up to the trip than the trip actually is going to last. So I think that's why vacations feel like they just fly by, because you spend 6 months thinking about them and then they're gone in a week and a half or so. Indonesian ultra, yeah, definitely ultra low cost. That was not. Brandon's so nice. He even leaves the Wikipedia citations in for us. Thank you, Brandon. Let's see. Let's see if I can show you a picture of it while we're waiting for the next plane. 5104. That doesn't mean anything to you, but 5104. Album. Oh, media. We need to add a piece of media. This isn't my best photo work, but it'll do. It was on the truck as we were setting up. So, produce. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Picture, media, there we go. Wow, that took way longer than I thought and quicker than I thought at the same time, if you don't believe me. Oh, there we go. So this was Super Air Jet this morning, just about 10 minutes before or so I was ready to go. I've never seen this. I've never even heard of this one, so this is a cool one. But as you can see, it kind of looks like a really generic TV show airline. Hello, Walt, Runway DFW. We got a nice. I know some other people call it Shine a Light. We need to come up with. I don't usually ever get them, so I don't have a special name for them. But other people call them Shine the Light. We got one from Walt as he departed Atlanta the other night. I hope you guys were able to catch that. Sneak peek. I might have clipped it off and I'm gonna make a video of it later. So I hope everyone likes the Super Air Jet photo. Hello, Frank. Frank was also at Avcon with us, hung out with us. It was really good getting to know a little bit of Frank. Had his Hawaiian Moose Crossing shirt on. So thank you very much for hanging out with us at Avcon. Okay, down there somewhere. Oh, let's see if we can get this first. That is a UPS 747 in the distance. I missed it when I was a little closer up. But in the distance, there we go. That'll be coming around most likely to 8 left. We did have another one depart right before the Super Jet. so there's room over there for it, but it'll most likely be coming into the other runway. Oh, interesting runway DFW. Huh. That's one of the little hidden gems of the Honolulu airport here is we get planes like that that I would never ever in my life see, and so it's cool to be able to see them. Usually they come in on delivery flights where they can't make it all the way across, whether they're being sold or transferred or repainted or maintenance or whatever. Like I would never see a Super Airjet A320 probably. So the other one we saw that was on a delivery flight that I was kind of excited about, that it may sound boring, but I was actually a little excited about it. It was a Singapore Airlines MAX 9, and may sound boring, but when am I going to see a Singapore Airlines MAX 9? I don't have any plans on going to Singapore anytime soon, so... Yeah, Gucci Boomer, that might be a valid point. So thank you very much, Keith, our good friend Keith Cornell with the broken foot. He's coming in with a 10-pound super chat for missing class the other day and from me, my fractured foot. Well, hopefully you get to stay off it for a little bit and it heals up nicely. My aunt had she broke her foot and didn't really know it for like a month because it just hurt, and she's like, it'll get better. And then when she went to the doctor, she found out it was truly broken. But she said it never really healed right because she didn't go right away. I'm wondering if I have the same problem on the outside of my left foot. I've had a pain for like 6 weeks. Very true, Jonathan McD. We'd have a lot less F-22s in our life. Hopefully we'll get some today. I have no idea. They went out yesterday, and it sounded like a lot of them went out yesterday, more than 4. I don't know exactly how many, but I can hear them from my office. And when I was getting to work, they were echoing through the parking garage. This is a Hawaiian 321 heading off to Kona. They've been using these 321s a lot more for the inter-island stuff, and I'm starting to wonder if this is their solution to the 717 problem, as every airline website keeps putting it. It's not a problem. But I understand. You got to play the headline game when you do internet stuff. Everybody has to do it. I have to do it. Walt has to do it. You got to play the game, or else no one's going to click on your stuff. If you make a headline that says everything's rosy and happy in La La Land, no one's going to click on that link. But if you say, country music star has deadly disease, well, people are going to click on that. It's just the way it is. Of course, I don't think they should. That brings up another thing. You shouldn't double tease. You can tease once, like you can do one clickbait, but you can't do two. If you say country music star has deadly disease, you have to say what country star or what disease. You don't have to say both, but you got to say one, either the country star's name or the disease. You can't double tease. Alright, that UPS just got his clearance to land, so that means he's probably over Colino somewhere. A couple weeks ago, I put high wind warning or high wind advisory in my thumbnail. And people during the show were mad at me because I wasn't being blown off the truck. I'm like, I can only go by the forecast. For instance, on today's thumbnail, I put rain in the forecast. And if it doesn't rain, somebody else will be mad at me. I was promised rain. You'll get nothing and like it. I'm in a feisty mood today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Jonathan McD giving me two pounds. Maybe that's what it is. Keith, the David Beckham. Okay, we need. We need that. We need that, Jonathan McD. That needs to be an AI. The David Beckham of Cringewell. I hope I said that right. Crigwell? But, and I even have a way I can get you a picture of Keith, because Keith was, a couple of years ago, when I was at Heathrow, Keith showed up at the show, and we got him on video. So, if you look at, I think it's my last Heathrow show, or the one before that. It was a while ago, like 2 years ago, but you can get a nice picture of Keith and make him a soccer star. Or, instead of being a soccer star, you could just have him dating the Spice Girl. That'd be, I don't know which one would be more interesting. Playing soccer with a Spice Girl. See, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Maybe I'm jet lagged. But thank you very much either way, Jonathan McD, for the £2 super chat. I appreciate that, and for all your assistance and comedy through the AI. Alright, so we have a UPS there. We have our good friend Sydney, who was hanging out with us over the weekend in Atlanta, doing a little IRL modding on the 360 camera there. Looks like they've gifted a reverse ops membership, and it looks like our good friend Brandon Ferris Photography has won that. So Brandon, if you're in the house, give a shout out to Sydney. Oh, there it is right there. Hello, Brandon. I can't be the subject of every AI. I have to spread it out a little bit. Yeah, HNL Mike, I'm a little worried toward the end of the show. I think we got a couple of hours of just drizzle, maybe, and then towards about 10 o'clock, that's when things are supposed to change. That's what happened yesterday. Hopefully that's what we are hoping for. Sydney, no caffeine. I don't do caffeine before the show because the Monster drinks and most of the energy drinks, they make you go to the bathroom, and I don't have an accessible bathroom out here, so I try not to drink before the show or during the show, because it just makes you have to go. And so, if you know, my shows are about 3.5 hours, usually 3.5 hours. That'll tell you right. That should give you a very good hint of how long I can go between going to the bathroom. So, I don't know how some of these streamers do 6-hour shows. I don't know how, and I don't want to know how. I'll put it that way. All right, take care, Piper. We're going to see you next time. All right, Jet Tip had some interesting planes. They had that 320 already. And there's supposed to be an Atlas passenger version 747-400. I think it's a passenger version. I thought it was. I thought it said passenger version last night when I checked. Now it's not saying passenger version. But either way, regardless of any people involved, there is a Atlas Air 747-400 coming in from Walt's neck of the woods. It is coming in from a DFW. Then we'll get our usual 2 Honus today, our A380s. And then at 11:48, which I think is going to be after. I'll explain in a minute why I think it'll be after our show, instead of I know it'll be after. Oh, the passenger one is later on in the day, so that one coming in from DFW is probably a freighter, and then the passenger one's coming in at noon from Cincinnati. So at 11:48, we have a China Southern Max 8. So today, I do not have an actual hard out today. I have a soft out, and I have a battery depletion point, which may or may not be the same. Oh, I forgot to mention the oh, excuse me, the firefighting plane, the Canadian firefighter, the Tanker 165 from Con Air. That'll be out in the 8 o'clock hour going to Oakland. It's heading back from. It's making the seasonal migration back from Australia, back to Canada for the Canadian fires that are probably, hopefully not going to happen, but maybe happen. It should be out somewhere in the 8 o'clock hour. So if you do not know, if you're not from Japan or Hawaii, you might not know what this weekend is. This weekend is Merry Monarch Festival. It takes place in Hilo. It is the world's largest and most prestigious hula competition. And Most of you around the world will say, so what? Well, here it's a very big deal. And in Japan, Japan loves their hula. So that is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I believe there was a pre-show last night, but the actual competition is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And my company helps out with the transmission of data back and forth between Hilo and the news stations here. So I have to go babysit a servers tonight and make sure everything stays up. So I will be working a late shift today. I don't start till 2. I get out of there sometime around 10:30 or so, but no one wants that fire truck. I'll watch a little of it. Some of it's really good. If you're interested, if you've never seen a hula competition, I believe it starts around 7 p.m. Hawaii time tonight, and you should be able to stream it off. One of the local news stations streams it. They're the broadcast rights, so check out Hawaii News Now, and I think they stream it. Yeah, see if probably the delay is what caused me to answer that question while you were typing it, but yes, I believe it's aired locally on K5, which is a local not an independent station, but a local station. But I believe it's streamed on HawaiiNewsNow.com or something like that. Well, Mike, you got to give the people what they want. Apparently, it's very popular. So, and the stadium over the Hilo only holds. I was gonna say the stadium only holds so many people, but realistically, Hilo only holds so many people. God help you if you needed to get a rental car in Hilo this week. Oh, so we have Zip Air coming in the other side. This is a Delta heading off to Seattle. Here is Zippy. Hello, Zippy. As you might be able to hear over my head, the rain is picking up a little bit. I didn't see any that high. I did see, we looked at going to Hilo to see the lava a couple of months ago, and it was $3,000 for the weekend. I haven't seen $2,500 a day yet. All right. Well, we should hopefully we'll have that Charlie Bravo. Hopefully we'll have that up on the Discord later today. Jack, hello. What time does that one leave? I guess I could just look it up. Oh, that's Hawaiian Flight 6, dummy. Me, the dummy, not you.
United 1221, Honolulu Tower, runway 8 left, flight R6F, continue on position, traffic departing parallel. Alaska 990 has the on-board software, 8 left is Juliet.
That is the Island Jenny Express. I don't know where my brain was. Maybe it's still in Atlanta. We should have a United. There's a couple of Uniteds lit up, but there's two that are very close. Or one. There's United 757, which I believe is going to go out on the reef runway. Or sorry, the 8 left. It is on the 90-degree taxiway up there. And we do have Hawaiian Flight 990 heading off to Seattle. That'll be down here in a second. Ooh, 2A. Getting those comfy seats. We're just a couple of dummies, Jack. Oh, nice. Thank you. I don't think I'll be able to see your luggage from here, though, but we'll try. Alright, so the next one is that Seattle one. That is right there. It's going to go over between. I'm a little worried. I was going to show you the 757 going off the other runway, but I'm a little worried to switch this camera backwards because it has a rain cover on it that I don't want to tug the cables. So you'll just have to trust me that a 757 went out on the other runway. Like sneaker shoes, Mike? No, I haven't seen those. Richard, I hope it speeds up because I'm not sure if we'll be able to make it. It's supposed to arrive here at 11:45. I hope it. I don't know if we'll be able to stay all the way to 11:45, even though I don't technically have a hard out. I do have battery issues. One of my batteries is flaky, and I need to I need. It's hard to convince yourself to spend $500 on a battery, but I need to do it. So. But I just spent a ton of money on Atlanta, so I don't know if the battery's going to happen this month. Alright, so that United Triple is making its way down Juliet. We also have another FedEx 757 coming up on 4 right, and somewhere out there there's that Atlas coming in from DF Dubs. There's the Atlas coming in from DFW. Well, thank you, Brandon. I'm not a big sneaker guy. I will take a look at them, though. I used to be a Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star guy. For decades I wore those shoes. And I don't anymore. Now I just wear slippers and so long story. I wear slippers and Skechers slip-ons because they slip on. They're so easy. Because here in Hawaii, you never wear your shoes in the house anywhere. If you wear your shoes in someone's house, you're never being invited back to that house. In fact, you might be asked to leave that house quickly. But you never wear your shoes into someone's house. So when you wear shoes over here, it's much easier to have some that just slip right off. So I started wearing these. I was at a funeral once, and we were at a Tenrikio church, and there was this 90-year-old guy who gave a speech in Japanese that I didn't understand about the person who passed away, who was a very good. He was my Hanai father. He was very close to him and his family, and he was Anyway, I'm gonna start battling. But anyway, this guy was 90 years old, just bloom right into these Skechers slip-ons, and I was like, man, that looks awesome. I need to do that. I was in there tying up my friggin' Chuck Taylors, I had my very respectful all black Chuck Taylors. And he slipped right into them. And I was like, wow, that would be so great on a plane. You could take your shoes off on a plane. You could take your shoes off at people's house. You don't have to worry about it. And so I went out and bought me a pair, and I've never looked back. But for decades before that, I wore Chuck Taylors. I had all different colors. I had the American flag ones. I stopped wearing Chucks not because I took over the slip-ons, but because they got so expensive, and now they just I don't want to pay $75, $80 for a couple of pieces of canvas sewed onto a sole. So I stopped wearing Chuck Taylors. So I've probably owned 100 pairs of Chuck Taylors over my life. There were times when I had 8, 10 of them at a time. Thanks, Mike. Hello, Eham. Good to see you. So it's basically it'd be the same one I already have, just a new one. It's the EcoFlow. The EcoFlow. Is it the River series? I think it's the EcoFlow River series. But it's 800 watt hours. The wind is picking up. You know, there's I think it's an 800 watt hour, and I think that's $3.99, and then there's a 800 watt or a 1200 watt hour, which I believe is $500 even. Next one coming down, Julia, there's another United. This is the Mazero flight. see, I met someone over the weekend who took this flight, but they didn't come all the way to Hawaii. They stopped somewhere in the middle. What was his name? One of the famous guys, and I can't remember his name. Apparently not that famous. Mrs. Reverse Ops knew who he was. Something Cahill. I'm going to make him mad now that I can't remember his name. Of course, he's not listening, so it's okay. We're going to have another one coming in on the 4 right. This is a Southern Airways Express. I believe it's now called Surf Air. But it's a Caravan, Grand Caravan EX, and then that Majuro flight's going to wait for him. Josh Cahill. There we go. Thank you, everybody. He was nice. Very nice. Chatted a bit about not coming to Hawaii. He couldn't come to Hawaii. He had visa issues. That's why he turned around halfway on the Majuro flight. Oh, it looks like we've been joined by some people. Thank you from Madeira Woman Spotter for sending everyone over here. If you've never been here before, my name is Patrick. The channel's Reverse Ops. It's usually much sunnier here. We're having a little bit of rain here in Hawaii. We are at Daniel K. Inouye International Airport on the island of Oahu in the state of Hawaii, and somewhere in the middle of the Pacific, so the other, almost the complete other side of the world from you, from where you just were. That Majuro is now a MAX flight. I was actually asked by 3 people in Atlanta about that flight, Cahill and 2 others, and they asked me, "Is it true? Is it true that it switched to a MAX?" And I'm like, apparently United made a big deal of switching that flight to a MAX, but I just noticed when when they just started showing up. Hello, Madeira Woman Spotter. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for bringing all your friends with us. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having better weather than we are. We're having a little bit of rain today. And so the weird thing is most of you know I'm in the back of a truck and I have a rain cover over the truck. And I kind of have the rain cover built for east-northeast winds so that it goes behind me and to my left. Because that's usually the way the wind is coming. Well, today the wind is coming from the south-southeast, so I'm getting wraparound rain. It's really annoying. I don't know if that. I don't know enough, Brandon. What I would tell you about that is speculation. One of the people who asked me about it, was telling me about the Guam-based flights that are going off to all these other non-U.S. destinations, and then there's United flights that are now between two destinations that are not in the United States. And honestly, I was jet-lagged and running around all day at the conference, and I was honestly halfway. I'll be fair, I was half paying attention to the guy, so I don't really know. My good friend Heath Shelton, a year-plus member of the Reverse Ops channel. No, I'm not okay, Mrs. Reverse Ops. Mrs. Reverse Ops is asking me if I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you, honey. I'm more okay with the weather than I am mentally right now. I'm a little off kilter this morning. So, I'll get back to Heath here. Let's hope the weather holds off for your stream. If there's one thing about Hawaii that doesn't even rain out, it's more rain. Exactly. We are completely soaked. I did hear yesterday that the FEMA was authorized, so that's good news. That is a 717, those lights in the distance. We're going to try to get a little closer to it in a second, because it's a very tiny plane. It is coming into 8 left. So just to ease Mrs. Reverse Ops' mind, she's listening at work right now. It is not raining that bad. It is raining here, but it is a good. It's more of a heavy drizzle than an actual rain. So just to ease her. I am doing okay mentally. I think I'm a little jet lagged, which is weird. I usually don't get super jet lagged. I had good night's sleep last night. I think I'm just a little jet lagged. The good thing is today I get to take a nap. Sorry, I'm trying to reposition. I might be missing a few messages. I'm sorry. I'm trying to reposition my phone. I'm just getting a little wet. But after all that, thanks again, Heath. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Eham. Yeah, that was really cool. Eham, I don't know if you saw his comment. We had a little bit of luck in Atlanta right when we first got there. Oops. Right when we first got there, we were waiting for the hotel shuttle, and 5 F-15s buzzed right over our head in an overhead break for the north runways there at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta, which I immediately turned to the guy working there and said, "Is that normal?" He said, "I've never seen it, and I've been here," I forget how many years he said, but... So then when we went to our hotel, they were literally parked right in front of our hotel on the signature aviation ramp. So it turns out those were there for an air show up in Rome, Georgia. Wings over North Georgia. There's a big long story about why they were at a very interesting story about why they were at the airport there, but I don't want to spill any beans, so I'll let you guys use your imagination on that one. But it's kind of surprised why they were there. But it turns out it was the same group of guys and a female, a woman pilot, who was here in Hawaii for Century Aloha. So one of the pilot's parents were watching Century Aloha and then reached out to me and told the commander of the Louisiana Air Guard about me, and he arranged to bring me over on one of their days off, bring me and Mrs. Reverse Ops over, and he gave us a really detailed tour of his F-15C. Very nice. He actually said if we wanted to come over and pet it, we were able to. So it was a very cool experience. We got to hang out for about an hour and a half on the ramp with him and his family. He gave us a really nice talked with us for a long time about the airplane and his past deployments and how he went through the mock loop, and he was stationed in Lakenheath Heath for a long time. So it was a very interesting conversation. Very nice man. Locke, like a Scottish Locke, was his nickname. So very cool. One of those once in a lifetime experiences. I think it was very neat. But we caught them arrive and depart on last Friday's stream from the airport. Then we were over there on Sunday afternoon. But I have some pictures of that up on Instagram. I'll try to put up some video of that. But it was a really neat experience.
707, turn left at the end and contact ground.
All right, take care, Brandon. You're probably, I'm back too far in the chat. You're probably already gone. But it was a neat experience. I got to climb up on the retractable ladder to look in the cockpit. I got to get it showed the both ends of the gun to us, the actual Gatling gun. Morning. Showed us how the variable angle intakes for the two engines work. It was really cool.
Alaska 806 Heavy Holocaust, cross the main left of Juliet. Southwest 23 Holocaust, wind 160 at 12, runway 4 to Sasha, clear for takeoff.
It looks like Hawaiian Flight 6 is on its way down. That will come all the way to us.
Alaska 93 Holocaust, cross the main left of Juliet.
I don't have an exact date on RIMPAC, Mike, but I did hear it's supposed to be not till August. But maybe it's, I don't know. I might be confusing it with something else. Don't take my word on August. All right, thanks, Jack. We got you in sight. Well, not yet, but I got you on the radar. CFI on the fly. I know what you mean. It was so surreal. There's a picture I posted on Instagram of me and the commander walking across the tarmac towards the F-15s, and it's from the back, and it's me and him, and the F-15s are in the background. Mrs. Reverse Ops took the picture, and in my brain, that whole time that picture was happening was, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. Alright, so I think we got, we can almost see Jack. Let's see if we can get Jack in the shot. Should be coming, there's an Aloha air cargo. It should be coming out of those trees any second now.
Traffic on a 3-mile fauna on main left, cross the main left at Echo, then contact route. Aloha 444, wind 160 at 14, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff. 8 right, clear for takeoff, Aloha 444.
So in front of that Hawaiian that we're looking at there's an Aloha air cargo that just got its clearance to take off. Behind it we have a Virgin America that's heading off to San Diego. That's a MAX 9. That'll be going out after. Okay, August EHAM is saying July, August, so the dates I heard might be correct, because we are going, Mrs. Reverse Ops and I are going on a trip that I am not allowed to talk about yet in the first 2 weeks of August, and I thought it was right when we got back. There's the Virgin America right there. This is Hawaiian Flight 6 heading off to Vegas, the Island Jenny Express. Should be taking this flight again soon, but today we have our good friend Jack is on this flight. So have a safe flight, Jack. Put a $1 on the Keno for me. I tried to get the window. I hope I got it. I'm getting pelted in the eye by rain, so I hope I got that. Well, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, maybe it ends right before we leave. Maybe that's what it is. I know it's the dates I heard were not the dates we're going to be off island. We're going to be off island. I believe it's the 7th through the 26th. We're going to be gone a while. So here is the Virgin America heading off to San Diego. Alright, the next one out is another Delta. And then we have another Hawaiian behind it. So the Delta is right about here. It is heading off to the magical city of LA with the extra X. Behind it is the Hawaiian is heading off to Portland. That's a 321. Oh, Jack, okay. I'll have to check that out on the replay. It was a little hard to focus while I was focusing, if you know what I mean.
right, set for takeoff. Okay, Alaska 826, set for takeoff. Delta 422, contact departure.
Hello, MXC for life. Good to see you.
Southwest 2272, Honolulu, cross runway left at Juliet.
Oh, that Con Air is moving. That Avro RJ85 is moving down Charlie right now, I believe.
There's for 8680, join at Golf, pass to via Bravo, Delta, hold short runway at 4 left at Delta. Golf, Bravo, Delta, hold short left at Delta. Alaska 1046, 7777, 1 to Mount Honda, runway left at 4, ladder forward.
I'm gonna see if I can clean these.
Alaska 1046, wind 160 at 12, runway left at Lima, turn for takeoff. FedEx 1413 heavy all tower, wind 160 at 12, runway left, turn for land.
Let me see if I can clean these spots off the camera lens before the next one comes out. I think we have a FedEx triple coming in on the other runway. Yeah. Alright, so we're very close to our first A380 of the day. It's currently crossing over Koalina. The next one on this run is a Southwest heading off to Vegas. There's the Southwest there in the background. You know, CFI, that you mentioned that, we actually had Con Air right out in front of the F-15s on the signature ramp. I believe it was Friday. We got to watch the prisoners come out of the bus onto the plane. The rain is really picking up now. It's not torrential yet, but as you can see, the runway is getting pretty wet. Hopefully we can see the Super over there. It's getting very cloudy over there. Hello, Josh. Good to see you. Alright, let's see if we can get that Super now. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna step off mic for a half second. I gotta get another towel. I'm covering certain things with one towel, but I need another towel to wipe the lens down. So give me a second. I also need to get a jacket because it's actually getting a little chilly out here. I'll be right back. All right, we having fun yet? That was a Cessna Sky Courier. I just heard somebody's military just bought a bunch of those to work with their special forces. Okay, now it is officially raining. Next one coming out over here is a Southwest. It is heading off to San Diego.
Friendly 999, all car got one more to land on 8 left and then companies can cross the south field the next weekend. Come off 8, turn right Delta, taxi departure via Charlie, monitor ground.
Alright, Delta, taxi departure Charlie, monitor ground, copy.
Search for 7670, cross limit 4 left and right at Delta, taxi departure via Charlie, monitor ground. Okay, cross 4 left and 4 right at Delta, taxi departure via Charlie, monitor ground, 7670.
Alright, let's see if we can get to Southwest now. Every time I turn that way, you get new splotches on the lens. Maybe one day I'll learn.
Friendly 629, long line is approved. Company will be in position, cross the runway. Long line is approved, 936. Almost on cross, 20 left of Juliet. Cross 8 left of Juliet, off the runway.
Oh, that's a bummer. Thanks, EM.
Left 1021, turn up Delta, taxi departure via Alpha Golf, monitor ground, have a good day. Delta, Alpha Golf, monitor ground, 999, from 8 left at Echo, a lot of noise, traffic crossing, downfield.
Well, thank you very much. I hope you had a good day. But it is an amazing place. A little more amazing when it's not raining.
Dallas 936, from 8 right, a lot of noise, traffic departure parallel. 8 right,
So I mentioned earlier about not having a thing hard out today, but I don't know how much further I want to risk.
Brandon 629, turn up again, cross runway 4 left, exit of parking via Whiskey Zulu.
I want to risk damaging equipment. So I think we're just going to stay for the next A380 and then probably call it a day. The next A380 is about 17 minutes out. I know that's a bit of a short show today, but yeah, I think we're just gonna stay for the next A380 and then get out of here. But, so Saturday is looking a little better. I might do an early show Saturday, 'cause I got a lot of stuff to do on Saturday. So we got baseball. We have baseball Friday night, and that usually means I would do a sleep-in Saturday show. But I have a lot of stuff to do on Saturday. I'm so far behind on everything. So we might do a early show Saturday. That gives me the middle of the day to get stuff accomplished before baseball on Saturday night. Which, who knows, might be rained out anyway. But it is looking like it's going to be raining for the next week. So yeah, we're just gonna stay. Allie, thanks. We're gonna stay just for the A380, and then according to the radar, it looks like in about a half an hour it's supposed to get worse. So that'll give us time to see the A380 and pack up. We don't have a lot of stuff out today because of the minimal setup, so it shouldn't take that long to pack up. Yeah, HNL Mike, I try not to mention the temperature and me being cold in the same sentence, because I will get roasted in the chat. You know, it says it's 16 minutes out. Now it's saying it's 11 minutes out. How is it 11 minutes out when it's still that far on the other side of Kauai? Oh, now it's saying 36 minutes. What the heck's going on? Okay, Mark, you saw that it said... Yeah, Mark saw that it said like 12 minutes. Now Flight Radar is telling me 36 minutes. It's saying 9:12. Yeah, it says it's being. It said it was being tracked by satellite. Now it's not, so maybe they caught up with each other. Dooby dooby doo. Doo 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 doo. Dooby dooby doo. Hello, JP Mac. JP Mac Aviation's been a member for 8 months at the 717 level. Thank you very much. Let's show. Well, come on out. We'll set up a lawn chair and have a pog for you, waiting for you. A little unknown secret. If you let me know you're coming, I'll have an ice cold pog waiting for you. So while we're waiting here, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something else that not many people have seen. So I'm going to show you. See if I can find it here. Hold on one second. Give me a second. Media. Add media. Had a Grateful Dead song stuck in my head all day today. Anybody know the song Jack Straw? Jack Straw from Wichita. I've had that stuck in my head all day today. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's try it backwards. Okay, delete that. Delete that. I guess I can delete all my Avcon stuff now. Now that Avcon is over. Of course, the Avcon next year will be in Orlando. It's going to be a 3-day event next year. Alright, so this one shirt. It's the front and back of a shirt. This was my Avcon exclusive T-shirt that I sold at my booth. That we sold. It's gonna be weird me saying this, but we sold more of and less than I thought we would. I don't know. It's weird. I was blown away by how many we sold, but we didn't sell all of them. So. But you can see the front of the shirt has reverse ops in a sort of Coca-Cola logo for Atlanta. Coca-Cola is from Atlanta. And then the back has the reverse ops in the kind of Delta logo, because Delta is based in Atlanta. And then it says, "We love to stream and it shows," which is a ripoff of one of Delta's old logo or slogans. They used to say, "We love to fly and it shows." So this is the shirt we sold at the convention. I didn't show it off before because I didn't want to get copyright cease and desist before I even tried to sell it. Frank got one. Yes, he did. I think Sydney and Josh both got one. Mrs. Reverse Ops got one. I'll tell you, of all the... If you take out the F-15, the F-15 is in its own league. Getting to hang out underneath the wing of an F-15, that's beyond anything I could have imagined. I'll tell you, the coolest thing that happened this weekend, I think, the thing that made me feel really good about going there was when we were coming back to the hotel. It's okay. They could send me cease and desist letters now because I've already ceased and desist. You could only get those at Avcon. They're gone. You cannot get them. They will not be available anywhere else. But the coolest thing was, besides the F-15, was when we were coming back to the hotel after the event was over. We were walking through the lobby, and I saw a kid probably, 14, 15 years old, wearing my shirt that he had just bought at the convention. And he bought the shirt while I was not. He must have bought the shirt while I was away from the table because I didn't recognize him. But just to see that kid who was so happy to have my shirt, to wear it right away, that was really cool. That was very cool. MXC for life. I've been debating. I do have a shirt that has a tri-jet on it, a DC-10. It's got a DC-10 that says reverse ops down the side that is flying over a quote-unquote Hawaiian beach scene. I do have that shirt, but I've been looking at another... for like 2 years, I've been tossing around ideas for a tri-jet shirt. I haven't come up with one I liked yet. Oh, cool. Thanks, Sydney. That was a cool moment. I mean, there was lots of cool moments. Don't get me wrong. There was lots of cool moments. People who watched the stream came by. People who never watched the stream came by. I will tell you, Jeb Brooks, he was the star of that show. His line never stopped. From the time they opened the door till the time that the security was throwing everybody out, he had a line in front of his booth. I had a funny moment on the panel. I know Mrs. Reverse Ops caught it, but I don't know if anybody else caught it. So basically, it was a 5-person panel. I was up there with a couple other people, and we would pass the mic around and talk about what we do, and we took some questions from the audience and stuff. It was a pretty good panel. I don't think I embarrassed myself, so that's good. I will probably say I was the best person on the panel. Agree to disagree. But I did forget to unmute the mic at one point, and I thought that was so fitting. Started talking into a mic and no one could hear me. I really haven't noticed, Mike, but today is the first real day in about over a week that I've been really focusing on flight radar. Of course they did. Everyone was very confused why I didn't have Pop-Tarts on my table. And it was because I didn't bring any because I didn't want to get them crushed in the air. And then the hotel, I thought the hotel would surely have Pop-Tarts in their lobby, and they didn't. So, Pop-Tart fail. Alright, so the next one coming out is another Hawaiian 717. It is heading off to Lehue. There's a Hawaiian coming in. I can barely see it over there. Let's see if we can get a better shot of it. It is. Must be raining way harder over there. Where's the southwest? There should, oh, yeah, not the southwest, the Hawaiian, there it is. I missed that completely, Sydney. I didn't see that. I was a little disappointed with the hotel's snack shop. That was kind of lame. And it was very expensive. I was literally just about to call it, and it started raining again. So the weird thing is I can't break down in the rain, so we gotta wait for them to break in the rain. So you got me for a few more minutes. No, I got a water bottle when I checked in, but that's about it. But I did ask for 2 keys, they only gave me 1 water bottle. I was like, come on. But if you're ever looking at staying at a hotel that has an excellent view of a runway, that Renaissance in Atlanta was really good. The only thing that was kind of disappointing was you couldn't see the heavies on the other side. Most of the international heavies went out, and the cargo heavies went out on the other side of the airport, so it was kind of hard to see them. And each balcony had a wall on either side, so you couldn't really see the approach or the departure very well. It was all what was right in front of you. Yeah, Brandon had better have that tattooed across his chest next time he comes out here.
Good morning, Alaska 1034, ILS 8 left. Alaska 1034, good morning, 11408, runway east, left, clear for traffic, and position, depart, right to your arrival. 8 left, clear for land, Alaska 1034. South 29, said I think you can turn those gears back to the park, see a Zulu on the ground, good evening.
Okay, now the Honu's 20 minutes away. Alright, there's a Hawaiian down at the end of the runway. Just heading off to Hilo. It's a 717. Yeah, that was such a special treat to see those. So when I saw them, like I said, I saw them from the hotel shuttle area while I was waiting for the hotel shuttle. So when we finally got to the room, I knew they were there still. I just didn't know where they parked. And I'm looking all around, trying to figure out where they parked, looking off in the distance, and then I looked down and they were right in front of my room. I was staring off at all these other places, I couldn't find them, but they were right in front of my nose. Okay, we have a queen lit up, and I want to, we do have a queen lit up that is supposed to be leaving here in a few minutes. Let's see how that goes. I believe that it's supposed to go out right around 9 o'clock. 26 now. It was 21. What's going on with that? See what I guess my, Mike was right about, it said 21 a second ago. Now it's saying 25. Hello, Doctor. Good to see you. Dr. Telcom. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, this one to Sydney UPS 34 is supposed to be going out very soon, so let's see where that does. Oh, Sydney, I should have asked about that. We took an Uber to the museum. We were gonna walk it. It was close enough to walk, but there was no sidewalks. Oh, the F-22s are going out. Sweet. Well, that's worth getting wet for. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen, Patrick. What's that? Austin. Oh. We have a plane coming into 4 right. I believe that's Kamaka Air in a Sky Courier. I can't tell if looks like the UPS has pushed back. There's a little white line next to it. And there, first heavy in a while coming into the side is coming in from Tokyo. It's a JAL 76. I was, Frank, how much of that was on sidewalks? Probably not much of it. I was rather surprised at how little sidewalks there were around the area of Atlanta we were in. We were at, the convention had a thing on Friday night for creators and their family to come in and meet each other. We had to go meet all the other creators on Friday night. That was at a different hotel that was near the Porsche experience thing. So that was a, 5 or 10 minute Uber ride away. But it was kind of across the street from the original location of the original Chick-fil-A. And so they have something there called the Dwarf House, which is kind of a diner, but it's Chick-fil-A. So we went there for dinner afterwards. And Google gave us walking directions over there. It was a divided road with a train track in the middle. So we had to walk down to where there was a level crossing on the train track and go across. So Google gave us these walking directions, and halfway there the sidewalk just turns into a barbed wire fence. Just right into it. It's like, thanks, Google. Just in case you're wondering, if you're new here, that windsock is broken. I don't know how you break a windsock, but apparently it's broken. Oh, wow. So is that 6 total? So the Dwarf House, the original Chick-fil-A thing, was kind of like a diner. We sat at the counter. It was like an old school diner, and we had chicken and waffles. But the chicken was a piece of the chicken like you would find on a Chick-fil-A sandwich. It was odd. It wasn't a piece of fried chicken. It was a piece of on a chicken sandwich. It was very odd. It was good though. Pretty good. Tried the sweet potato casserole. That was okay. Nothing to write home about. I hear the sorry, no shark fin today. I didn't get it in time, but it's coming over here. Mark, isn't that the second time you said it was 12 minutes out? I think they're punking us. Sydney, up until very recently, they didn't have a Chick-fil-A here. Now they got like 6 of them. They sprouted up very quickly. Yeah, Sydney, we don't have In-N-Out here. I don't think we'll ever get In-N-Out here. But I'm not a huge fan of In-N-Out. It's okay. I did find a way for me to like it, though. If you tell them to double fry the French fries and to not toast the bun, to me, it becomes a much better hamburger and fry combo. I do like their shakes, though. Their shakes are pretty good. No, Upper, I do like Popeyes, but, Chick-fil-A has its place. Their waffle fries are really good. I like, Brandon, I like Raising Cane's, except for I have two problems with Raising Cane's. For a place that talks about how it's all about the sauce, that's their little slogan, it's all about the sauce. They give you the littlest thing of sauce and then make you pay for more. Same with the lemonade. They're very proud of their lemonade, but no refills on the lemonade. But if you go over to Chick-fil-A, they'll give you as many Polynesian sauces as you want, and they'll give you refills as long as you're sitting there on the lemonade. So that's a definite win column for Chick-fil-A. See, Jobber, that's the thing. I see that a lot here, saying something's overrated. Alright, so the fighters are coming down Juliet right now, or they're turning on Juliet. I don't like that, the phrase it's overrated, or it's calling something that's popular, oh, that's the worst. Like, people when Chick-fil-A came here saying it was the worst chicken sandwich ever. I'm like, they're doing something right. The lines in freaking California are ridiculous. The lines here were ridiculous. They're doing something right. It may not be your taste, but it's somebody's taste. Like, I read a story yesterday about a guy in Japan. He's 93 years old, and he has a very small sushi restaurant in Tokyo Station. He's been in that station for like 50 years or whatever. It used to be a 3-star Michelin restaurant. It has lost its Michelin rating because the Michelin food critics can't get in there because it's so popular. There's a huge waiting list. People really enjoy that. Let them have that. That's there. That's fine. I'll let them have that. I would never stand in line for that. But if they want to, that's there. That's on them. So there's so much diversity in this world. Can't we just have fast food? I don't want fast food wars anymore. The fast food wars are over. Just let everyone have a chicken sandwich. Yeah, Eham, that one just came south of us. I couldn't see it at all up there. It should be looping around for 8 left. Probably next after the Honu. Hopefully after all this, the Honu and the Queen don't go in and out at the same time. That would kind of make me a little annoyed. Because the Queen's going to have to wait for a second because there's a Hawaiian coming in. He is on an 11-mile final. That means he's just crossing over Ko'olina right now. Oh, I see a fighter. There's a fighter pulling up behind the Queen. There's two behind the Queen there. Oh, okay. That one's a little further out, I think. Pardon me, look at this. Not only do we get F-22s, we get a submarine too.
A couple of minutes. The super's landing, runway 8 left, and then the fighters departing right now.
right. Yeah, Josh, that'd be funny. Thanks, Eham. We got a little peek of the orange one before it hit the trees. So it's a little bummer when things are happening in front of you and behind you at the same time. This Hawaiian here is going off to places unknown. I think we have that DHL triple on the other side. Let's see if we can get it real quick. This is the Singapore Airlines DHL. It's usually 2 of these a day. I think we're going to get 2 today as well. This one's heading off to Kahului, Maui. Yeah, Hawaiian Pyro. I've been interested about that. I'm wondering if there's just a maintenance cycle with the 717s where a couple of them are down, or they're trying to reduce the number of flights and get more people on these flights. I don't know. Weird. That is weird. I thought they would be cramming them and canceling a flight. Huh. Weird. Alright, so the next one out is a 717 heading off to Maui. Now, it says there's a Qantas leaving in 8 minutes, but I don't know. Has that Qantas even got here yet? That Qantas hasn't even got here yet. Unless that's a... wait, is that a... my screen is really tiny. That Qantas might be a Atlas Air. So let's see if that holds true. That Qantas might be an Atlas Air. But on the on the flip side, I don't see it lit up either. So, Francis, I use a Bearcat 125 AT. It's from a company called Uniden. But
There's for 910, all star wind 130 at 8, runway 4 right, clear to land. 30 at 4 right, clear to land, that's 910.
all right, let's see where the Atlas, if the Atlas pops up as going out, and then we'll think about getting out of here. Yeah, EHAM, most of the time I'm pretty impressed with it. It works most of the time. The only thing I don't like is it seems very susceptible to electronic interference. So I have to put it on a very long lead and stretch it out as far as I can from all the other electronics on the truck. It seems to function better that way. But other than that, it seems to be pretty solid. There are days when it just sounds like poop, and then there's other days where today, like, it sounds really good. I think today it sounds really good maybe because of the weather. But I'm not an RF guy, so I had a really nice antenna for it that I would mount up above the truck, and it worked. I had really good reception with it, and I was very happy with it. It cost a lot of money, and not because the antenna was that expensive, is because I had to ship it from the UK, because there's not a lot of antenna manufacturers anymore in the United States. So I actually had to ship it from the UK, so the shipping was more expensive than the antenna itself. But it worked really well until one day when I forgot to drop it all the way down when I was driving into my garage, and I smacked it into my garage. Oh, thanks, EHAM. So it didn't work quite the same after I smacked it into the garage. So then I went back to the regular, it's like a 3-meter collapsible antenna. And it works okay. It's just I want to buy another one of those ones I had, but like I said, it was really expensive. I need to buy 2 of them because I need to put one at the house too. I have the ATC you hear when you go over at HNL Ops and watch the stream over there where it's I think Atlas is lit up. Okay, Atlas is lit up. So we're gonna hang out for Atlas Air. That is coming off the cargo ramp. That's Qantas 7550 if you're looking. heading off to Sydney. So I think we're going to call it our last plane of the day, our Hanaho plane of the day. But so that's just, let's say it just pushed back. Because the ATC, I've noticed a lot of channels like that pop up in the last couple of months, where they show the flight radar or ADS-B exchanged and they overlay the ATC. And I know for sure a couple of the bigger ones are just stealing live ATC's feed, which you're not supposed to do. It's against their terms of service. On mine, I used the flight radar map, and I got permission from flight radar to do that. And I use my own scanner. I have the desktop version of the one I have in the truck. So I use my own scanner up there. So the ATC you hear on that channel is actually coming from a scanner connected to the computer that the stream goes out on.
Runway 8 left, clear to land. 8 left, clear land, that's Eastern. KCT, have you seen parking? Charlie 7 for left, Eastern. South 309, Hall Tower with 1207, runway 4 right, clear to land. 4 right, clear to land, South 309.
Yeah, EHAM, sometimes it'll tune in and it'll have 8 or 10 people, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong with that. I mean, maybe the thumbnail is just not very good. Now that I'm done focusing on Avcon, I'm going to focus a little more on that channel. We have a couple of other things I want to do over there. Come on, Atlas Air. I want to... Don't wait too long on me. Come on. I need to... We got a little break in the rain. I need to break down everything while it's not raining. There's a PC-12 in the shot right now. That's coming over from Lanai. We have a Hawaiian Heavy coming in on the other side. It's coming in from Osaka. Either it just turned its light on, or you might be able to see it in the shot. There it is. Either it just turned its light on or it just came through some clouds.
Turn right after Apostle, back to the parking via Charlie.
But if you haven't checked out our companion channel over there that we've been talking about, it's HNL Ops. There's a link to it here. If you go to reverseops.com/findme, there's a link to it there. This QR code will take you to the same place, the Find Me link. It'll have all the links to get back here, to become a member, to head on over to HNL Ops and see the other stuff we've been talking about. Usually there's a 360 camera running over there, but we didn't put it up today because of the rain. There's also links to our social media over there, Discord, Facebook, Instagram, and some other ways to help out the channel. If you haven't yet, hit that like button. I would really appreciate that. CFI on the fly, that is something that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. I talked to someone who you probably know who I'm talking about, who has 24-hour cameras, and the amount of work it takes and money it takes to do that, I just don't have the budget or the time. But it's so. I don't think I did, EM. Alright, so the Qantas is coming up from the south. That looks like it's going to beat the Atlas down here. Yeah, I don't know about all the live streamers. My budget always seems to be in the red. Because there's definitely most months more money is going out than coming in. What do they say? Do it for the love of the game?
Good morning, Alaska 1031, to go for it.
Alaska 1031, Alaska, good morning. Wind 107, runway 48, 35.
4 breaks for the land, Alaska 1031.
Alaska 462, conflict departure, good day. Crystal 462.
Alright, so Atlas Air has started to move. That's good. Looks like Qantas is going to still beat it here, so we'll still see Qantas. That's a 330 coming in from Sydney. By the look of the picture on Flight Radar, I think we're going to go with Team No Pause today. The Qantas is turning on final now. It'll be the next one in on 8 left. Alright, take care, Ehim. We'll see you next time. Next one coming in on our side is a Hawaiian. It's coming in from Hilo. It's a 717. It's almost here. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. It's out here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, poof, magically all your money problems disappear.
Traffic, set up off 5 with across the runway is a heavy Airbus 330, wind 120 at 8, runway, full right, clear flat. 48, clear line, line, 75. Contact departure. All. Service, heavy Airbus 330, short final, wind 1107, runway 8 left, circle left. 8 left, center land, left 847. Left 847, additional traffic, company 717, 4 miles final for the cross runway. Okay. On 7550 heavy, Honolulu cross, runway 8 left to Juliet, then monitor tower 123.9.
Oh, I am Bird. Thanks for stopping by. That was a lot of fun over the weekend. All right, so the next one coming in this side is another 717. It is coming in from Kahului on Maui. So that was kind of interesting. I didn't notice it till now. We had a Qantas passing a Qantas 330 with a Qantas 747 holding short for it. That's kind of interesting.
Alaska 55, turn up Kilo, crossing report up in 8 last section, Park the Alpha Golf, Water Ground. That's 3 Kilo, cross 1 left, 8 left, Alpha Golf, Park, Water Ground, this side left, attention, correction. Alaska 32, heavy on target, 1105, on 8 left, circle left.
Alright, so the next one coming down, Juliet, will be our final plane of the day. It is a Atlas Air 747-400, operated by Qantas Airways. So it'll be our Honolulu plane of the day. Should be coming out from those trees any second.
Okay, contact ground at something, give me longer. Alaska 1062, Honolulu Tower, cross runway with the Juliet, then monitor tower 123.9er. Roger, let's Juliet, Mach tower, Park 248 tower, runway 4 exit left.
Alright, head to land. Come on, 248.
Alaska 847, where are you parking today? Center Island. Alaska 847, turn left, that Delta taxi to be Alpha Golf, monitor ground, point 9. Delta Alpha Golf, monitor ground, Alaska 847 today.
So if you don't know, if you're new to the channel, you don't know what Hana-Ho means. Basically, it's if you were at a musical performance and you would shout encore at the end, asking them to play one more. Here you would say, in Hawaii, you would say Hana-Ho. So Hana-Ho, one more. QB Master, yeah, the fighters went out about a half an hour ago, maybe a little less. We had 6 of them today.
Roger 248, turn right on Delta, taxi via Charlie, monitor ground, point 9.
Delta, Charlie to Park, monitor ground. Come on, 248. Okay.
Runway parking. Last K32, heavy roger. Turn left at hotel. Give way to the caravan. They're going to Echo. And then contact them.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. It's been a lot of fun today. A little wetter than I'd like, but not as wet as I was expecting, so that's good. I don't know when our next show is exactly. It will be most likely Saturday. I don't know if it'll be a true morning show or a sleep-in Saturday. I'll know more tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff to do this weekend, so I need to figure it out with Mrs. Reverse Ops. But thanks again for hanging out. I'd like to thank my mods who always do an awesome job. Josh, O'Malley, Ms. Wills, Rainbow Love, Kirsten, Sydney, Allen, Brandon, Jane, and Keith. Keeping an eye on the HNL ops over there. A special shout out to Mrs. Reverse Ops, who is the rock that keeps everything going here. Everyone have a good rest of your Thursday, safe Friday, and hopefully we'll see you all back here sometime on Saturday. I'll try to put up the show notification as early as I can. We're going to switch you over to HNL Ops, to the ATC / radar over there. So you can check that out. If you could, give it a subscribe and a like. Heck, give this channel a subscribe and a like too. But I would really appreciate all your support. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you all on Saturday. Aloha, everyone.